Hi, my name is Dr. Tim Langley. I'm a chiropractor in Marietta, Georgia. What I'd like to talk to you about today is my take on vaccinations. Now, I know, chiropractors as a rule typically oppose mandatory vaccination. Some because of the dangerous chemicals that are found in vaccinations, but the drug companies can always tell you that they've taken this ingredient or that ingredient out. That's not really the basis for my objection to compulsory mass vaccination. From my standpoint, as someone who believes that God made you to be healthy and whole and powerful, is that vaccinations, if they work, never work as well as the way your immune system is designed by preventing childhood diseases like chickenpox and measles and that sort of thing. You put that off, or you don't allow the immune system to really fully develop. You may get some immune response from the vaccination, but never as strong an immune response and as powerful an immune response as if the body were naturally exposed to those particular problems. I also think that when we do that, we render the adult body more vulnerable, and we may, in fact, be causing long-term chronic health problems as adults by virtue of not allowing ourselves the privilege, if you will, of being exposed to childhood diseases as our immune system develops. One of the other problems that I have with mandatory mass vaccinations, especially as is practiced here in the United States, is that we start vaccinating children before they even leave the hospital within a few days of being born. Anyone that knows anything about immunology knows that an infant's immune system has not developed to the point where it's going to respond appropriately to any vaccination. Heck, if vaccinations really worked, if the concept worked, and it's not a bad concept, but you've got to have a functional immune system for those shots to work. And then we give so many shots in such a short period of time, it's really an overload on what little immune system a child has. From that standpoint alone, I think it's dangerous. I've always, had this thought in my mind. Folks get upset because my children aren't vaccinated. They're afraid that my kids are going to bring those diseases to their school. Well, I have two questions as it relates to that. Is one, if vaccinations work, then there should be none of those diseases available for my child to get. And then two, if vaccinations work, if my child has one of those childhood diseases, your child should be immune from it, and it not be an issue either way. And finally, to me, vaccination is not as much a public health issue as it is an individual freedom issue. I, as a parent, should have the right to decide what goes into my child's body and what doesn't. And also, there's a matter of informed consent. When you allow the doctor to vaccinate your child, do you know what's in that vial? Do you know what it can do to their body and what the potential reactions are? And if you don't, then shame on you. You should absolutely positively know what's going in your child's body and what it could cause. So if you want to vaccinate, that's okay with me. It's none of my business. But don't try to force me to vaccinate my children, because I know that they were created to be healthy, and that exposure to those childhood diseases actually make them better, healthier, stronger in the long run. And one last comment that I would have is, if you have decided to vaccinate your child, I would strongly encourage you to find a family chiropractor and make sure that with what has gone into that child's body, they need to have everything going for them from a natural standpoint as is possible. This is Dr. Tim Langley, a family chiropractor in Marietta, Georgia. If I can ever help you, please let me know.